Hi there, thanks for tuning into Album ReBrews. Please note, we do drink while recording this podcast, and if you choose to drink along at home, we encourage you to do so responsibly. Enjoy the episode. Cheers.
Hey everybody, welcome to Album ReBrews. I am the baby on the cover of the album. My name is Logan.
You can call me a liar, you can call me anything you want, but my name is Sarah.
I'm what's below the salt, Zach.
And like Zach just said, big clue, this week we are brewing Below the Salt, the recent release from Canadian artist Hailey Blais. And it was my pick this week, so I'm very excited to talk about this album with you guys.
Yeah. I learned about this album like 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And now I know a little bit more about it.
Yay! That's the whole point.
Her first LP, yes?
Yeah, this is her first full length. Yeah, she released an EP. Let me see when that was. I think it was last year, 2 years ago. 2018, her Let Yourself Go EP, which is also very good. But this is her first full-length album.
Now tell me, did you pick this because you just found the indie singer-songwriter you looked the most like?
If only I was a Canadian redhead. If only. I will say, Hailey Blais, I've been following her for a while, just on the internet. She has some really lovely and charming YouTube content where she just like, a big thing is called The Alcohol, which I really vibed with, where she like takes shots and talks about vintage glassware she purchased from the Salvation Army.
Awesome. Why aren't we doing that right now?
It's incredible. It's incredible. So I've been following her on the internet for a while, and when I found out that she was putting out this EP, I was very, very excited. So I like pre-ordered it way back when, and it just came in the mail last month. It's a very cute little record. Good vibes all around. And this is a very exciting episode because we have our first artist-requested beverage.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, they didn't request it.
Yeah! They requested us to do it.
After we asked if we could.
After we asked. Yeah,
it's not completely a lie to say that. There's
first artist-requested beverage.
Yeah.
Recommended beverage?
Let me, y'all can decide what it is, what the sort of nomenclature here is. But I DM'd Hailey on Instagram, and we had a brief exchange where I was like, hey, I co-host a music podcast where we pair alcoholic drinks with albums. So I was thinking of doing an episode on Below the Salt. What would you pair with that? And she said, margarita, quote, mostly salt. So what we have here today is a margarita with Cointreau, fresh squeezed lime juice, reposado tequila, a little fun zesty thing that I did. I made a jalapeno simple syrup, and we just have a metric fuck ton of kosher salt around the rim.
Pretty much a salt lick at this point.
I'm a little afraid of it, actually.
Am I going to be dehydrated after this?
We're going to come out of this looking like a dried sponge.
That kosher salt is crunchy. That's some thick.
If I was blind and just touched it, I would have thought it was a pretzel.
Yeah. I'm so excited to get some good crunchy ASMR as we're drinking this.
Well, shall we?
Yeah, cheers. Let's get into it, folks. I hope the mark is good. If it's shitty, don't tell me.
Tastes like a pretzel.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yours is good too,
Actually,
Log?
I don't hate the salt.
Yeah? Log has a special virgin version.
It's a version.
If you're in for that kind of vibe, where instead of Cointreau and tequila, we just sub tonic water. Everything else is the same.
Still pretty good.
Makes
me wish I was drinking
alcohol. You've got tonic water. Your doctor is actually in the bathroom listening to our conversation on a secret tape recorder.
Yeah, I have to follow up with them tomorrow, and I can't call him tomorrow and be like, I got drunk last night.
You'd be so disappointed. I am curious to ask you guys what like your first sort of vibe check of the album was, because I know this wasn't an artist or an album that either of you were. I know for a fact you guys were not privy to this prior.
They're good vibes.
They're good vibes?
They're good vibes.
Nice.
I was getting a lot of like indie lo-fi I don't know if I want to say lo-fi, but very fall kind of vibes and moods.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the first week this year of the fall season that feels like fall. It's like 50 degrees out and overcast and just kind of a yucky fall day. And this album fits really well with that.
It is a cardigan album.
Oh, there you go.
It is a hot mug to hold album.
I don't know if we're supposed to do this, if this is like etiquette, like comparing all the albums we listen to other artists.
I mean, that's
fair.
the podcast.
Is it?
Yeah.
But to just like I don't know, if I was in a band, I wouldn't want someone to be like, you're just Metallica and Weird Al.
What band would that be?
I can't think of
Weird
a pun.
Metallica.
Weird Metallica. So I was gonna say that it just sounds like Mac DeMarco and Florence and the Machine like had a little baby.
That's a hot take.
And that's Blais.
Yeah.
But she does definitely have her own like aspects that make her very unique. But those were just some of the things that I was reminiscing of.
Absolutely.
Maybe like their long lost relatives, not direct descendants.
Well,
of Mac DeMarco.
He is Canadian.
He is Canadian.
So
Well, what is in the
I was
Canadian
gonna
water?
wonder if she was in like the same indie scene as Mac DeMarco.
send some of that healthcare down our way.
Yeah,
please,
what the
support more.
hell? How's COVID going for you guys? It's horrible here in Chicago.
It's not great.
It's not great. Anywho,
I was also gonna say on the
Yeah,
COVID note,
yeah.
I think it might just be like my longing for live music right now. But this album felt very live. And
yeah.
I don't know if it was like the reverb on the track that made you feel like you're in a big enough hall, or if it was just the way they did it. Do you have any input on that, Logan, about the recording?
No, but I did want to say on the COVID note, instead of having like, oh no, I'm late for school, I forgot my homework stress streams, I'm having like, I'm in a restaurant and I don't have a mask stress stream.
I do want to say two special things about the release of this album.
Yes.
The first special thing is that this is a birthday release. This was released on August 25th of this year for Haley's 26th birthday, our Virgo queen. And also, the bulk of this album was recorded at 604 Studios in Vancouver, which is founded by Chad Kroeger of Nickelback.
Yeah! I
Hell
just
yeah,
wanna
that's why
make
it's so
sure
good.
That's why it's so good.
We all know that Chad Kroeger and Avril Lavigne are married.
What?
I did not know this.
They are?
Wow, you guys didn't know this?
Avril Lavigne or like the dead like clone of Avril Lavigne?
I don't know if they got married pre-cloning or post-cloning.
Oh, okay.
I'm Googling if
I
they got
sure
married
hope
post-clone
I'm
or
right
not.
on that one. I sure hope it's Avril Lavigne and not someone else. Zach, you gotta Google faster. I don't know how long I can keep ripping.
Oh, I lost my train of thought.
Oh no!
Oh,
Did
geez.
Avril Lavigne, Chad Kroeger.
No,
go quick.
You don't always wait.
What?
You don't.
No,
you don't
just
have
look
to
up
Google
if they're
complete
married.
sentences.
Dad
Avril
Kroeger, Mary,
Lavigne.
Real,
No, you don't
Avril
Hold on. They're
or
married.
clone.
What did you search? Hold on, Sarah. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read to you.
Can you read it verbatim? What the
Yes.
text says on the screen?
Did Chad Kroeger, Corger, marry really, Avril Lavigne or clone?
Okay, my first thought is
Google doesn't know.
well, you don't always have to ask Google complete sentences.
It's been, I don't know, 20 minutes. Should we talk about the album?
Let's get started. The album opens with a song called "Someone Called While You Were Out."
Who?
That feels like a Robert Frost
a
poem.
mystery.
Right?
It does.
Two callers diverged in a telephone call.
And only one left a voicemail.
And the fog rustled over the tree.
And I replied to the one that was shorter.
But I wish they had sent a text.
What year was Robert Frost? When
It's-
did that happen?
A long time ago.
1800. This is for music, not for dumb words that rhyme.
Can we talk about a woman for one episode?
Yeah.
We did that like once already.
Yeah, we already did that.
How
We
many
don't have
times
to
did we
do it
do
again?
that?
We get to check the diversity
time.
box.
Cha-ching.
Jesus Christ. So this album opener starts introducing a theme that's like super, super, super present on the album, which is like kind of reckoning with your self-development, which for an album that's written in someone's like early 20s is very on the nose. And the lyric that I pulled that I thought really fit that was, "Can I become what I think I am?" Where it's like you're kind of trying to grow into your own shoes that you've created for yourself.
That one of the songs that stuck out to me on this album was "Be Your Own Muse," and I feel like that. Yeah, no. There are a lot of themes of like putting aside other things to focus on and focusing on yourself.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, and kind of like realizing what sort of natural parts of your personality can fit in with your identity. Because I think a lot of the times, like, everyone has a certain idea of what kind of person they are, but like in practice, I think there's often a lot of variance.
It's like when you listen to your own voice when you're editing a podcast for 3 hours and you go,
exactly.
Wow, I wish I had said 3 times less things because a lot of the stuff that comes out of this bad boy don't make a whole lot of sense.
I bet that's very relatable to our target audience.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Which is me.
It's just us.
Have you ever like been on stage and you like tell the sound guy, you're like, "Hey, can you add like all the reverb to my voice to make me sound like Frank Sinatra?"
For like singing.
And he goes, "No, I can only make you look like him."
Oh, that's funny.
Sound engineers, hope you're listening.
So yeah, back to this song. Nice form.
Logan, what you brought up I think is interesting about like hearing your own voice 3 times a week. I think this album is written from the perspective of someone who puts themselves out there a lot.
Yeah.
Literally, like, she makes vlogs, she makes music, she's in a different band making music. Like, it's definitely, I mean, I guess a lot of music that's put out is from that perspective, but like, it's the perspective of a creator. And that's kind of like what we're doing here, you know? Someone whose personality is their product.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's hard. I mean, this is so tart that it's absorbing all of the moisture in my mouth.
Oh my God.
So I'm just trying to smack it down before I form a sentence.
I feel a buzz already, and I'm not even done with this yet.
Oh,
Me
it's
too.
a strong drink. I know. I made a test round yesterday with my partner, and I had one before he came over and considered going on Etsy. So that's how you know it was kicking.
What was I going to say 5 seconds ago?
Should we listen to that little bit of sweet, little delicate vocals at 155?
Yeah, I think a really interesting thing to note before we hear any of Haley's voice is something I learned while I was researching, doing my homework, that she was like a classically trained singer. And she did opera, actually, and like toured Europe when she was, I think, in like middle or high school.
That's amazing.
Yeah, for like 10 years.
By toured Europe, did she mean go on a choir trip to Ireland and sing in a castle once?
Maybe.
Because I know a lot of high schoolers who could say that too.
You know what? It's still a special experience. Get your hand out of your ass.
Hand?
Yes.
All right.
Anyway.
I'll do it for you.
Thank you. I'm going to play this little soundbite where... Aww.
That wasn't me, for the record.
Not I'm so even
sorry.
carbonated.
I was going to do it quiet, and then I messed up.
So I'm going to play this little part where I just thought there were some nice vocals to highlight. I think it's just such a nice, I think well written and produced music has like little details like that, or at least music that I like that's really well produced where vocals kind of add like this orchestral element. I really like that.
Speaking of production, learned from you guys 10 minutes ago that Tennis, or the members of Tennis, did some of the production on this
I
album.
love Tennis so much.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I listened all the way down here, and I was like, "Ooh, this is good.
That's pretty cool."
Stuff.
This track in particular was not produced by the members of Tennis, but they have a really similar energy.
What is this track about? I'm just gonna interview Sarah about all these tracks. I was like, what do these songs mean?
I mean, again, like I didn't write these songs, so all I can give is my own takes. But what I got from it was sort of this like introduction to like identity and to kind of coming into your own skin and seeing like what parts of adult life work for you and mesh with you, what parts of adult life kind of aren't your thing. Like the way it opens is it says like tried to say hell to the rat race, you know, like she's someone who I've watched a lot of her internet content. So she used to work at a coffee shop and she ended up quitting that.
She is you.
I guess. Maybe I'll start like learning how to play music. But like quit that and just started like making cover songs on YouTube and just kind of grew an internet presence from that. And now just spends all the time as a creator, which is cool. All right. Song number 2 called On a Weekend. Another like, I don't know, kind of not, it's like a groovy track, right? She's groovy, she's fun, she's got this fun little like guitar riff. Logan's typing pee pee poo poo in our shared docs. And I'm getting distracted. Anyway, it's like this fun, groovy song, right? But it's all about being alone on the weekend, having someone kind of like cancel plans with you. There's a lyric that says, do what you want to do without me there with you, where like someone kind of, it seems like someone sort of like canceled on you and you're like, whatever, I'm just going to like go see a movie and you can do whatever the fuck you're going to do this weekend. But yeah, it's just a fun song. There was another vocal part I wanted to highlight in this one, where it felt very like operatic, very like you can tell this person knows their shit. I'm gonna pull that up.
Nice.
I wonder if she wrote that like after she did that. You know what I mean? Like I bet that really happened. And she was like, you know what? That's the lyrics.
Like in the studio.
Yeah.
Just like doing this cool vocal run. It's like, oh yeah, I want that to be a part of this. Yeah.
Are you guys ready or not ready for the next song?
I think I'm ready. Logan, you said that this might be your favorite song.
I like this
or one of your favorites on the album.
Back to the album ReBrews Status Quo. I listened to this album like all the way through for the first time today. So I did not get very much research done at all because that's not the point of this podcast. The point is that we get together and the person who picked the album does the heavy lifting and the rest of us sit over here and stress about whether or not we're going to have anything important to say.
Exactly.
Sarah, did you find the pedals they used for this song? Because the
would I
guitar
have
tone
looked for
is
that?
fantastic.
It is. The only thing I mean, I don't know very much about manufacturing guitar tone by using pedals, but I noticed the reverb.
You have fuzz and not fuzz. Those are the only two.
Okay.
You have to stomp the not fuzz pedal.
Yeah. Well, this sounds fuzzy to me. It makes me feel fuzzy. Is that fuzz?
I think, yeah. When it makes you feel fuzzy inside, they're
fuzz.
using a fuzz pedal.
So if you feel like you're wearing like a knit turtleneck,
They're using the
That's
turtleneck
fuzz?
pedal.
the turtleneck
Oh,
pedal.
yeah.
Who makes that? Old Navy?
Fender.
Another theme that's introduced on the song that gets brought up a bunch of different times the rest of the album, and you can kind of draw this from some YouTube content, is like plants. Plants, house plants,
Love those guys.
other plants, garden plants, flowers. But in this scenario, it's kind of seeing like relationship as a plant. If you've watched, I think it's How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, they have like the love fern. He like gets her a fern and it dies. And she says that that's like their relationship dying because their love fern died. I didn't finish my point.
What?
Yeah, you were talking about plants. She likes plants.
Yeah. Okay. So what I was going to say, the sort of like denouement of that sentence was...
What does that mean?
Denouement?
Yeah.
It's like a literary term. It means sort of like the closing action, the way that a book or a play gets wrapped up.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, what I was going to say is in the lyrics on this album, there are a lot of examples of trying to grow love like you're growing a seed. And a lyric that kind of exemplifies that on this track is drowning me, then dry me out. And anyone who has houseplants at home,
That's how you gotta do succulents.
You know it. It's tough love. It's like not enough attention, too much attention. Either way, it's bad for the plant. It's not healthy, but you're just trying to go at both extreme ends to see what the fuck it needs. But yeah.
Before we leave this song, could you play like 325?
Yeah, totally.
I just like that little bridge ending, turning into the chorus or whatever's going on there.
Yeah, it's nice.
It just sounds nice.
It's real nice. Yeah, the guitar on this album is so chill.
Yeah. This one's a little shoegazy. I think that's why I like it.
Yeah.
It's just, it sounds wet. This song.
Stripping.
It's wet like my foggy glasses.
Like a French
Why
dip
are
with
they
au
so
jus.
foggy,
Because I'm
buddy?
just a sweaty boy now.
Zach's had one margarita and he's got the drink sweats. Should we move forward?
Yeah.
All right. The next song number 4, is called Too Good. And it was the first single released for this album's sort of press life. Yeah, cycle. Cycle is a better word. So this was released on 4/21 of this year.
You missed it.
With a music video that feels very like indie movie coming of age, perks of being a wallflower.
And
like,
they did John Hughes on a song?
They did John Hughes on a Haley Blais.
Dang.
And she's like in a prom dress and she's alone and she goes to a movie theater and then she runs to the ocean in her prom dress and she spins around and the song is playing and it sounds so nice.
I like the music video a lot for this.
It makes you feel something. And the song has production from Tennis.
There we go.
Yeah.
I wish I knew like sport tennis words because I could make a pun, but I don't know any.
Par.
No!
That was a racket. Thanks,
That
guys.
was a
This is my last
racket!
episode with you guys. I'm gonna go lay down somewhere dark and moist.
Woo! Good job.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like the song so much.
Is there any deeper meaning to it? Did you pull any like?
I kind of read it as like, okay, so it's like you have someone kind of preying on your downfall, right? They don't want to see you succeed. They're waiting for you to slip up. They're waiting for you to kind of not be up to par, but you're too good, you know? You're worthy. There's a lyric that says, I could save your life, and you'd say thanks sarcastically. Like, it feels like a song about not always feeling valued despite, you know, how too good you are.
I like the line, I think it's healthy to suspend belief and just pretend.
Yeah.
Feels very like apt these days.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yep.
I was thinking the other night about like interacting on social media and how, I don't know, at the height of social media, there was all of this discourse about like social media bad, it make brain not work the way it's supposed to. And I think these days that it feels a little discourteous to the like genuine, tangible, I don't know, joy that you get from interacting with people, interacting with people over social media these days.
Yeah.
So I think it is a little bit healthy to feel validated with some likes now and again these days.
Absolutely.
I get that.
You just reminded me, I didn't have this written in the doc, but this was something I wanted to talk about and get both of your take on, was I think because this is someone who's content I consume like super often. I was thinking a lot about the idea of like parasocial relationships and the internet. And I've been trying to like check myself.
What does that big word mean?
I'll tell you. So like I've listened to this music. I've watched a ton of videos that Haley has made, you know, because she's been putting them out for years. But I have been trying while recording not to like seem like I know her intentions or like her, like I don't know her personally, you know, like just because you've watched X amount of time of someone's videos, maybe in their house, maybe doing personal shit, like doesn't mean you know about them. And I think the internet sort of breeds what's called a parasocial relationship where someone who might follow like a big creator really like almost religiously or like really avidly follow someone might feel like this person is a friend or like they know this person just because they've consumed so much of this like deeply personal content. But like you gotta kind of check yourself sometimes on social media. You have to stop suspending belief or disbelief for a second and realize like, whoa, like they are their own person and there's so much I don't know about this person and this person does not know who I am at all, you know? So that was something I was thinking about a lot while prepping for this.
Well, yeah, and I think that kind of goes back to the first song on the album where we were talking about creating like a persona, not necessarily persona, but as you age and discover yourself more. Parallel track when you're a person who's creating things is you're discovering like your creative self and how you present that to the world. So I mean, it's just a lot of work.
It is.
Discovering who you are as human being and also discovering who you are as person who shares their creative side with the world, because they're two very different things and you sort of have to develop them separately. I mean, they mingle, but I think a lot of creative people tend to not put on a persona, but they're definitely portraying a character, whether that is like an exaggerated version of their self or I don't know, something like that.
It really is kind of like a reality check to remember that creators like like take a shit, you know?
Yeah.
Creators like take a shit. Creators have to do the dishes. Creators like kiss their partners goodnight. Like everyone has like these real human experiences, and just because you watch X amount of their content does not mean you know this person. So I've been trying to check myself on that.
I had to look up the definition of the word muse earlier.
Oh.
I'm glad I did, because that's what you guys are talking
They're
about.
a British rock band.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Well, it's also what was the definition you found? Because I'm sure the first thing that popped up wasn't
Muse, British rock band. A person or personified force who is the source or inspiration for creative artists. So yeah, like you have like your person you are for the internet, or person you are for your art you're creating.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean it's any less genuine.
Oh, sure,
or
yeah.
any less fueled by your own, you know, motivation and intention, but it's definitely like an edit of sorts. Yeah.
You're allowed to portray yourself as whoever the heck you want. That's life.
Yeah.
Figuring out how you want to portray yourself.
Yeah.
You put a ring in your nose and
Also,
give yourself bangs and
Are you just
grow a
looking at me
beard.
and picking things?
you can grow a mustache.
also talk about how weird it is that like human beings nowadays have hundreds of thousands of followers, and like not 200 years ago you knew like 100 people tops. Like my brain is made to just pick fruit and vibe.
Yeah.
That's what I should be doing right now.
Yeah. And like you said before, this is your last episode of the podcast. You're going back to the Amazon from whence you came to go eat banana and sit in tree.
I'm gonna throw poop at somebody.
But yeah, those are my thoughts about the internet.
Yeah. I have some timestamps for this next tune I really want to talk
For
about.
Firestarter?
Yeah.
I bet I know, because this song is like the one song that Well, I'm an easy trigger for crying, but like this one, the end of the song, Zach, I if the timestamp is what I think it is.
Can I be honest with you guys?
Yeah.
On the way down here, I rolled all my windows down
Yeah.
and I blasted this song. And I tried as hard as I could to hit those notes.
Hell yeah.
And you know what?
Yes.
I hit one of them.
Yes. Because the vocals, the damn
So
belting. Oh, it's so good.
So at 106, it's really soft, and the chords and stuff is like nice. There's a nice backbeat he's doing like on the snare.
Of course.
He's doing like, what is it called? Instead of hitting the
Rim
snare,
shot.
he's
Like
hitting
the brush?
He's like hitting
the rim?
side. Yeah, he's like hitting
Oh,
the rim.
like the click?
Yeah.
The click.
I almost said rim job. But yes, I see
Yes,
what you're saying.
yeah.
Like the song starts out so
And it's
tame,
so mellow, yeah.
so chill, and
So
then
you're thinking about the bum, not the drum.
You're thinking about the salad, not the ballad.
thank you. That's my time. I'll be here all week.
That was really good.
Do you want me to play the part we're alluding to?
Yeah.
Cool. I will say, as an Aries, I love a song written about fire.
Why is that?
Because Aries is a fire sign.
I knew that.
You stinky poo.
I'm not just a stinky.
It's a little
Dumb
Disney-esque, but in like the best way.
Yeah. It's like a ballad. It's like a true ballad. It's so good. Zach, we're at the halfway point of the album. So I'm extending my hand to you.
Whoa, we're halfway there.
Oh, Zach's got a bit. Yes, and
Can we do potty and beer and new drink?
yes.
Yeah.
Let's pause.
All right, this bit was inspired.
No, you can't just go in cold like that. We gotta.
We
raw
introduced
dog in
it.
the
gotta-
bit. We already introduced
We're
it.
raw dogging the bit. Come on.
We already introduced it. We sang the
Did we?
song.
But
said,
give it to
"Zach's
us."
got a
No, but we just
bit."
We
can't, we
sang.
can't just come back in like that. No, check it out. Check it out. Hi, folks. Welcome back to Album ReBrews. Now we're gonna do the bit.
They don't need to be spoon fed.
Sometimes they do. Who
They
are
know there's bits.
you?
I
You
could
act
just-
like you know our.
If they hear me talking, they're just gonna think that's a bit.
They're going to go, oh, this motherfucker, and just keep hitting the skip 30 button.
Do you guys ever see the Eric Andre show?
Yeah.
Little bits.
And it's like awful and weird and
Yeah.
strange.
Right.
So his premise is that like at the time he was doing comedy,
Yeah.
and he was working a temp job and he hated it. And he
As
said-
most comedians tend
Yeah.
to do.
And he's like, what if there was a host of a talk show who hated their job as much as I hate my temp job?
Yeah.
So he created this awful host, right?
Is this how you're introducing your bit?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you guys see, I'm sorry to interrupt, but did you see that there was a petition to make Eric Andre Ellen?
Yes. I signed it.
Do you signed it?
I
I
should.
signed it too.
I didn't. Did you really?
Yeah, because there was all that controversy with Ellen DeGeneres
We
coming
talked
up.
about her a little bit last week.
We did. And there was all that controversy, and someone started a petition to make Eric Andre Ellen, but keep everything else the same. And I thought that was brilliant.
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
So I thought I should make some playlists,
Uh-huh.
but I would be like the worst playlist maker.
Yes.
Okay.
So I put some playlists together that are awful together, but they're good songs. And then I'm going to quiz you guys on them.
Okay.
So this
Okay.
one is pop punk or P-funk.
Yes.
Okay.
It's so I'm going to read you some lyrics and you got to tell me if it's pop punk or P-funk.
Yes.
Oh, I love this. I love this.
Do you guys know what P-funk is?
No.
Pop punk or P-funk refers to the repertoire, musical style, and a group of performers typically associated with George Clinton. He played with Parliament and Funkadelic. They're two separate bands, but they mostly had the same people. And so it's kind of like this psychedelic rock or pure funk.
Very up your
You guys
alley.
know what pop punk is?
Oh my God, we're both white. Of course we do.
If you don't know what pop punk is and you're listening to this podcast, you can stop now. You're not in our target demographic.
If you read Fall Out Boy lyrics, I'm going to shit my pants.
I'm also pairing this bit today with the Yingling. And there's no reason for it other than it's a cool beer. You can't really get it anywhere in Chicago. It's like mostly east. And it was just sitting in my fridge. So if we didn't use it for the pod soon, I was going to drink it.
Oh, it smells yummy. I
It's
just took a
famous
sniff.
for its rich amber color, medium body flavored, roasted caramel malts, and subtle sweetness. And it's the oldest brewery in America. 1892, David Yingling established it in
Yow.
Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Is that when Columbus sailed the ocean blue?
Exactly when.
Great. And colonized?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, all right. Should we sip the beer and taste it real quick?
Let's taste it real fast.
Cool. Clink. Cheers.
Clink.
Boink.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice.
Man, I miss beer.
That's quite good.
Yeah, every time I go anywhere east, I always pick up some Yingling and bring it back because you can't get it out here. It makes me sad.
That's so nice. That's so mellow.
Yeah.
That's a porch beer.
Yeah.
You have that with a hot dog or a veggie hot dog.
Man, I would love to have 6 of those and then be problematic.
If I could find you now, things would get better. If we could leave this town and run forever.
That's pop punk. There was a cover of that on the Party City soundtrack. That's Ocean Avenue. If I could find you now. I know that song like the back of my damn hand.
Tear the roof. Yeah, correct. 10 points to Gryffindor.
Yes!
Tear the roof off. We're going to tear the roof off this mother sucker.
That sounds funky.
That feels funky. Now, the lyric is mother sucker.
Yeah.
That's funk.
That's
Yeah,
funk.
that's give up the funk. Or in parentheses, tear the roof off the sucker. Parliament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good catch. You guys are too good at this game.
We're too good.
With some harder ones.
Too good.
I never thought I'd die alone. Another 6 months, I'll be unknown.
That sounds pop punky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes! Who's it by?
You don't know?
Not off the top of my head.
I was going to try to do some math in my head.
What kind of math
Just
do you have to do?
It's twice a wink and twice 61.
What? 7?
Oh, Blink 182.
Wow.
Oh, I'm
that
so
math
smart.
What?
Blink 182. Twice a wink is a blink. 2 wink, 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 blink.
I thought he said twice a week. I was going like 7 times 2 is 14.
You were trying to think of Fortnite.
Yeah, I was
All
trying
right,
to
2
think.
more. We'll make it quick.
Can
We'll
I,
make it
quick
bit.
aside. My boss did the floss dance today, and I thought it was really cool.
I'm so sorry
Good.
that happened to
Oh,
you.
shout out.
Yeah, shout out.
Fall in the grave. I've been digging myself, but there's a room for 2 6 feet under the stars.
That's not funky at all.
That sounds pop punk.
Do you guys know who?
No, well.
I don't know.
This was like my favorite pop punk band back in the
Oh,
day. And
okay,
I'm not
hold on,
ashamed to
hold on,
admit it.
hold on.
You
Zach's
guys are talking
favorite
about
pop
guilty pleasures back in the day,
All-Time
and I should have brought this
Low.
up. Oh, you're
Is it
so
All-Time
right.
Low?
It's
It
all
is
time low. Yes! High five.
Oh, speaking of All Time Low, so you know the song Stella by All Time Low? Stella, won't you take me home? I've been listening to that song for, I don't know,
10 years.
whole long time. And I was listening, it came up on Shuffle the other day.
Oh.
Didn't occur to me for 10 years that song could maybe be an analogy for Stella Artois, and that Stella could be referring to alcohol and not necessarily a human
girl.
person.
Oh.
You gotta do that. You gotta do that.
Between the lines.
Hey,
Between the
that's
lines.
songs.
Is that on waitlist? You gotta
Yeah.
do that one for an ep.
I don't know, actually.
Anywho.
Who's next?
We'll wrap
Never
this bit up
listened to
right
it
quick.
sober.
Right quick. This one is worth triple points.
Okay.
Points don't matter.
Is
point
this
is the
whose line is
poetry.
it anyway?
The points don't matter. The point
Everything is made up and the
poetry.
points don't matter. I'm
I-
Drew Carey. Welcome to
Points
Whose Line Is
actually
It Anyway?
do matter, and I've been keeping track this whole series, and whoever...
I think we're winning, though. Team Sogan.
Team
Lara.
Sogan. We're Sogan.
We're Sogan.
It's like Hulk Hogan.
All right.
Sulk Sogan.
All right, you guys ready for this? This one's going to be kind of hard.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I want you guys to think about it for
okay,
the answer.
Before you do that, I've had 2 sips of beer for the first time in like a month and a half. I'm drunk, you guys.
Oh,
I'm
no.
so sorry I did that to you. Don't tell your doctor.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
The line is, bow wow wow wow, yippee ya, yippee yay, bow wow, yippee ya, yippee yay.
Oh my God. I think it was P-Funk.
Yeah.
Is that your fan? Yeah, that's George Clinton. That's Atomic Dog. Do you guys know that one?
Nope.
Bow wow, yippee yaw, yippee
I know that song.
Who let the Atomic
I feel like it was
Dogs
used
out?
in a bunch of commercials.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
or
a
like
song you've
movie
heard before,
trailers for like
Anyways.
the Shaggy
Wait,
Dog.
is that that's the Ferris Bueller song?
No, that's a different one. That's
It's the song at the end of Breakfast Club.
boom boom.
Anyways, that's Pop Punk or P-Funk.
That was really fun.
If you want to hear the rest of the songs on that playlist, we're going to post that eventually.
Zach will post it.
Zach posted.
Should we get back to the album?
You shouldn't listen to it, but you should look at it and blow a little bit of hot air out your nose.
I think that was just all boogies on my end.
All right, let's get back into the album. So we finished before this little break with song number 5, Firestarter. TBH, we're gonna surpass song number 6. It's beautiful.
Sorry, Haley, but it's our show.
It made me a little uncomfy.
It's our show, first of all, and second of all, I just don't think I had very
Man,
much.
Sleep is an apt name for this song because when I listened to it, I went,
Oh no, it's a lovely song. I don't have much constructive to say about it. Plus, I'm way more excited to talk about track number 7, Be Your Own Muse.
I love that band.
So excited. What?
It's a very cute song.
It's so sweet. And I think it ties into a lot of, Logan, you mentioned this earlier. It ties in with a lot of the themes that we were talking about earlier about like identity. And I think this one, I not to like jerk myself off, but like it resonates a lot, I think, to someone who is having like a female experience of like,
oh, dude, I'm having a female experience every night. You know what I'm saying? Up top. Thanks, Zach.
Okay, great. But it's kind of a song about like, it sounds surface level, right? But it's kind of like, can I be someone who is perceived as attractive, someone who is perceived as like witty and funny, someone who's desirable, someone who is loved? Can I be all of those things at the same time and still be like true to all of those things?
I think this is a valid point.
Yeah.
I also think you could interpret this song as if you're taking Muse as like a creative force or something that inspires you to be creative, and you're just not finding that anywhere, and you're using yourself as your muse. I think that's incredibly empowering.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's kind of how I viewed this song as I was listening to it. It was just like, I can't find inspiration outside of myself. I am my inspiration.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Very
I feel that.
like autobiographical. I'm going to make music about my experience. I'm going to make other content about myself and my experience. I mean, that's kind of the tea.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I like this song a lot.
It's a good one.
Pretty. I find myself humming this one.
You got any clips you want to play, Robert?
I just want to play a little bit of the chorus because it's so pretty.
I guess sometimes it's a hit or a miss and you lose. But I guess sometimes you just have to be your own muse.
It's so nice.
I like dozed off a little bit. My chair just said, it's so pretty.
It just kind of ambles along. It's so sweet. I also like the line, sometimes it's a hit or a miss and you lose.
Yeah, that is a good line.
It's
it feels like it
another-
could be like a sitcom.
A little
song.
bit, yeah. Yeah. Do you guys have any more thoughts about this one?
Nope.
Nah.
Cool. Let's move forward.
Rob.
This is the third signal. Signal? Oh, no. This is the... I promise I'm not that inebriated. This is the...
Well,
Oh, you're not holding up in court very well right now, Sarah.
what was that?
This is the third single from this album's sort of cycle. Rob the Original, track number 8. And this one, I don't want to like stutter through this one because this is like one of the more serious songs in terms of subject matter from what I could find on the internet, where this one is sort of about a friend of Haley's experience with depression, with mental illness.
Yeah.
And the title was like kind of off-putting to me when I first saw this album's track list and when I saw this like as a single. But I found out because of the miracle of actual music journalism, that...
What do you mean
What
by
is that
that?
supposed to mean?
Okay, you know,
We are the internet's hardest hitting, most fact checking music podcast.
so from a music publication and an interview, this title is credited to a phrase that Haley found kind of weird in the Wikipedia article for E.T. the Extraterrestrial, the movie,
Will you do me a
where...
favor?
Yeah?
Oh, no, go explain it first. I'm sorry.
Oh, for sure. It just says that, like, it's talking about, like, the sequel and that the sequel would rob the original, quote, of its virginity or something. It's like a weird little phrase. So I think I kind of like
The
that.
sequel to E.T. would rob E.T. of
Yeah.
its virginity?
Yeah.
Would rob the original E.T. movie, not the alien. I don't know if the alien has been sexually active.
Child?
Will you do me
I
a
think
favor? Will you
E.T.
just
is-
like double check what it
Hold
says
on, wait.
on,
I feel like
on
we're
Wikipedia?
glossing over E.T.'s sexual history a little too quickly.
Who would E.T. have had? I mean, I guess
Other
E.T. comes
ETs.
from a planet.
He's wrinkly. He's got to be in his 40s or 50s.
Maybe that's just what they look at. Babies are wrinkly.
Yeah, babies are wrinkly.
I
You ever seen a
feel
fresh
like we're
baby?
not spending enough time on this. I feel like that happened really quickly and then we get done. But I think this is something we should explore.
Can I do what Zach asked for real quick?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, cool. I just saw something funny. Okay, I'm going to say what you asked for first, and then I'll follow it up because it's the next sentence. So in the Wikipedia article for E.T. the Extraterrestrial, it talks about, at the very end, a canceled feature-length sequel that would have happened for the original E.T. movie called E.T. 2 Nocturnal Fears, which had a treatment written for it. But then Steven Spielberg was like, no, because, quote, it would do nothing but rob the original of its virginity. E.T. is not about going back to the planet. And then, I didn't see this earlier, but this little blurb is finished out by, this quote is used to inspire the song Rob the Original by Canadian singer-songwriter Haley Blais, spelled B-L-A-I-S-E.
How did Wikipedia know that?
I didn't notice it earlier when I was doing my research.
It's almost as if anybody can go edit Wikipedia.
Did you just...
Anyone on Earth could have done it. It wasn't I.
Zach, did you... And you spelled it wrong?
Wait.
Did you?
Wait.
I can fix it.
Zach has edited E.T. the Extraterrestrial pulled up on his laptop right now.
It's Wikipedia. Anyone can change
Zach
it.
edited the page.
Zach, you're the reason we
E.T.
couldn't use it as
the
a source when we were writing papers in high school.
Before we started. Zach, in my time knowing you, this might be the funniest thing you've done.
I'm gonna go lay down.
Anyway, this song is about depression. Song is about depression.
Where do you save your edit? Oh, here we go. Publish changes. Hey, can we just really quick? Can you read like the first two sentences of the E.T. the Extraterrestrial?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Make sure you refresh the page though, probably.
Oh yeah, let me refresh it. The first two sentences?
Yeah.
Okay. E.T. the Extraterrestrial is a 1982 American science fiction film produced and directed by Steven Spielberg and written by Melissa Matheson. It tells the story of Elliot, a boy who befriends an extraterrestrial dubbed E.T., who is a virgin. I'm taking a screenshot of this.
Hoo-wee. Oh man, this is fun.
How are we going to get this back on track?
This is such a serious song. I feel bad.
I just blacked out for like 5 minutes from laughing. Yes.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Hold on.
While you're coughing, I'm going to take a quick pee break.
Okay.
Pee break.
Wow, we just really just
That was so
shouldn't have tried to record anymore after that.
Wow, guys. You might be listening to what we just did on Wikipedia and think, that was so funny. What a coincidence. The last song in this album, song number 9, the final hoorah, is called So Funny. We have one song to go. Come on, let's rally. Let's rally. Let's rally. Let's rally. Last song, So Funny. Should I play a little bit? Okay, I did not write this in my notes earlier, but from a part of what we just listened to, I know that my eyes are blue, but can you give me another clue? I only know myself from what they say. And it's like, to what degree do the things that people tell you about yourself influence your identity?
No, it's a solid
deep.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, I had my own idea for a brewski, but I wanted to open the floor and see if either of you had ideas.
Somebody said at the beginning of this episode something about this album being like a hot mug of something or other.
Oh, yeah.
Like a hot mug of tea.
Because we said it was fall. So we said it was a cardigan. We said it was a hot mug of tea.
Yeah.
Like most likely to wrap up in a cardigan.
Most likely to be distantly related to Mac DeMarco and Florence.
I had one written down that I
Most
wanted to pitch to you guys.
Likely to put a little milk in an Earl Grey.
Oh, I love an Earl Grey. Mine was because I gave this the transit test. I rode the blue line like a couple weeks ago. And so I wrote most likely to listen to while longing on a train.
Oh. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Haley Blais, if you're listening, I probably emailed this to you, but you have won the ReBrewski for most likely to listen to while longing on a train. Thank you so much for listening, you guys. If you want to check us out in other places on the internet, we are on Instagram and Twitter at Album ReBrews. You can check us out all over the internet, but DM us, tweet at us. Like, we're very online, so we're going to get back to you. If you have any suggestions, let us know.
Zach,
Bye.
go.
Yeah, big thanks to Log for making all my sound really good over the audio.
That was nice.
I spit on this mic. I'm really sorry.
That one's yours. That's okay.
Big thanks to Sarah for doing all our social media. Go follow us at Album Brews. She already said that, but I'm going to say it again because we should. A big thanks for me for showing up to the podcast today.
Yay!
I wanted to say, first of all, big thanks to you guys. Big thanks to Sarah for picking the album.
Yay!
Big thanks to Haley Blais for writing the
Yeah,
album.
shout out. It's a good album. Thank you.
I have heard that the algorithm likes it when we get reviews on Apple Music. Do that if you liked what you heard over the last 90 minutes now, but we're going to condense it. There's plenty of condensing that will be done.
If you like the show, consider telling your friends about it. If you need to DM somebody, maybe some hot chick, and you need a pickup line, just be like, hey, check out this podcast. And I bet it's going to work for you.
I don't think it will. All right, I think we got to get out of here. Somebody needs to put some food in his tummy.
Thank you so much for listening,
guys.
folks. This album is really special. I'm happy we got to share it with you guys today. Other than fucking everything that we've said, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Have sweet dreams. Have a great morning. I don't know when you're listening to this. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.